Oh my god, my mic wasn't working. Let me. Okay, hi. Hello everyone, it's another day, another stream with me, Munii. And I'm here joined in the background by a certain fiercest of the bards.
Hello. I'm somewhere in the back here.
Hey, Coffee's here too.
Coffee's always here.
Coffee's always here, yeah. Where's your picture? Where's the image that we're using now? This one? We should actually bring it forward.
Probably.
Cause you're the gotcha man at the moment.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, we're super into the umas of the Musumes. How's it going, Bard?
It's going good. I'm running a strong career right now.
Who is your girl? Who's your best girl?
Who is my best girl right now? It is Silent Suzuka.
Silent Suzuka? How basic.
Silent Shizuka. Apparently basic. Too basic.
A basic bish.
Hi,
Yeah.
friends.
Hello, friends. How are you?
Hello.
Let's see. God, Coffee. But how are you, llamas? Oh, you can earn drops, apparently.
Oh, can you? For Uma?
What are the Uma Musume drops?
Oh, shoot. Time to earn those drops. Hey,
Oh, hey. Oh, hell yeah. There are the Uma Musume drops where you can get 150 carrots.
nice.
The crystal rainbow carrots. Maybe like 10 of the parfaits. 10,000 of the TP. 5 of the energy carrot drinks. And 2,000 of the coins. Jar went to hurry to go grab something.
What are you talking about? I'm just grabbing important equipment. iPad.
maybe I'm a basic bitch for this, but special week is the goat. I mean, like, we looked at like the tier list, the general tier list for Uma Musume. For anybody that is like joining in on, because like apparently we are now the Uma Musume streamers.
Yeah.
Second only to Johnny DLG.
Second only.
Second only. I haven't used this obviously quite yet because we're gonna wait. The strategy. Can you actually pay him? Can you pay the dog?
Oh yeah, so I gotta pay the dog.
Pay the fine because we gave the dog a bath and now he's yelling at us to pay him his bathing fee. I think he wants what should we give him?
What should we give?
What should we give him, chat? What does Coffee deserve?
I don't see on the
apparently on the JP site, apparently, I guess. But see, like, this is what it is.
Oh.
I'm gonna pay the dog, but you can look for it.
Okay. Sorry. It might be for the JP version of the game.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
Oh, you guys got your payment?
Now you gotta protect it from the big dog.
Yeah, they got the payment, but they gotta protect their payments.
Yeah. Coffee deserves everything.
Coffee does deserve everything.
Okay, but going back to our topic of discussion of who is a good horse or the Musume to have, who is a terrible Musume to have.
Who's a terrible...
Also, we can do the guessing game of did this horse die gracefully or... did this... Or maybe it should be the correct term. Did this horse make it to retirement? Or did they have an unfortunate accident?
Yeah.
Some of which may surprise you.
Yeah, we've since found out some...
Histories.
History, yeah. We'll just call it history.
But anyways, I've heard that Special Week, Silent Suzuka... Tokai Tail, Oguri Cap, Mejiro McQueen, and Rice Shower are really good. I'm not so sure about Symboli Rudolph. I heard Taiki is not that great, and I'm not sure about Maruzensky. But the game of which horse survived to retirement and which ones did not, unfortunately, may surprise you.
May surprise you guys, you know.
You guys. I don't know. I feel that Uma Musume has opened like a worm of like can of
yeah.
Oh, I really like this horse. I wonder like if I can find out more information about their history and led people to have like kind of start doom posting a little bit.
Oh, just a little bit, huh?
Because we started going down that route too.
We were just kind of surprised. I've heard some of the stories. It's wild out in the racing fields.
Yeah, like in terms of like the main group, we'll go back. Okay, so as you probably a lot of you have already know, a lot of these horses in the series, when they first started making the series and the idea behind it, a lot of the horses by the time the series has actually launched had passed away.
Yeah.
Some of them are still alive, I think. Some of them may or may not still be alive. But Special Week is had a very special week, we can say. Do you want to close the door, actually?
Okay.
So Yeah, Special Week, did Special Week survive and make it to retirement? Technically, yes.
Technically, yes.
Special Week did, in fact, make it to retirement. He sired a... Was their son pretty okay?
Their son was okay.
Wasn't amazing.
And wasn't amazing, but...
But, unfortunately, apparently the same week that the anime... the first episode in 2018 happened... this horse unfortunately had an accident in which caused it to pass away.
Yeah, apparently
very special week, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But made it to retirement.
Yeah, they still made it, you know.
Cannot say the same thing about her bestie, Silent Suzuka. Famously, one of the horses that had to be euthanized on the track, I think, right? One of the two horses, definitely.
One of the two, I think, yeah.
Yeah. It was reborn as an anime girl, so it's okay.
It's okay, yeah.
It was funny and sad at the same time because Barb was reading her story, reading his story rather, because all these horses are actually male, again, for people who are curious, and was like, oh, that's awkward. And I was like, what? It's like, so... You know how the whole anime is based on Special Week, at least the first season?
Yeah.
And, like, their kind of history is like, yeah. We did, I think, like, Tokai Teo did okay, is, like, what you looked, right?
Yeah. From what I saw, Tokai Teo had a very fulfilling career as a champion, and then sired a middle horse. A mid-horse.
Huh?
Sired a mid...
Like, oh, yeah. So, Tokai Teo... lived a very long life, but unfortunately their son was a disappointment.
Yeah.
So, you know, true Asian. Right here. Maybe that's why their child isn't here.
Oof.
Maybe, I don't know. Can you imagine being like a winner and then you sire like a mid?
Yeah.
They loved him anyways, I guess. Unlike this horse who lived a very long and fruitful career, Haru Urara, we learned his history and we're...
Stop right there, criminal scum!
Wait, stop, criminal... What's up, soap dealer?
I don't know. You're a soap dealer. Also, we got a hydrate from the Royal of the Nims.
Oh yeah.
You forgot the hydrate? We have like these like cool bottles, like the Circule, and we recently got new flavors. I got an apple one.
Yeah.
It tastes pretty good.
I am trying a fruit punch one right now.
But yeah. So first of all, who is everybody's favorite horse girl?
Yeah.
And also soap dealer. Do you have any good soaps to deal? We learned that Urara had a very fulfilling career of never winning. Well, I kind of already knew that. I already know that Haru Urara was known for being like a crowd favorite, but never winning a race. Even their final race. You have plenty. Manhattan Cafe. Special week depending on the week. What do you need? Do you have... I don't know. What kind of special soaps do we need?
What do we kind of special soap? We need some for the furry bodies.
You make it sound like we have like furry suits. No, we
not
need
the
the dog.
Suits, the dogs.
We just gave our dogs a bath and now they smell like wet dog. Hopefully you have a soap that does not smell like wet dog. I have any soap you can imagine. Even the special soap.
Whoa.
The forbidden soap.
The forbidden soap.
I was trying to think of a very clever name for like the special soaps. Like Excalibur soap.
Even the special soap.
Dang. Also, for anybody that's here to watch this, who watch this gacha game for the story, I'm sorry, you chose the wrong streamer.
Yeah, unfortunately, Munii, it's like, has seen this,
No, it's not that I have actually seen it. And that was at a time when I didn't understand what was going on. I just don't bother. I'm the type of person who's like, you can't come to me with story and be like, Munii, I really need you to enjoy this gotcha story. And I'm like, no, girls. I want to collect characters. I just deal you a small care package of the more forbidden soap. Staying.
Oh, forbidden soap.
Well, we'll lather our buns. And then the next thing we know, we have a case of soap outside.
Alright.
What is your favorite kind of soap, everybody? That's a weird question to ask, but like maybe everyone has a favorite soap. Do you have a favorite soap?
I do not have a favorite soap. My favorite soap is whatever soap is available.
I did learn that the unfortunate way. Okay, so anyways, it's time to do our dailies. Lavender is yummy. Lavender is really good. I like lavender. Though I heard that citrus is great if you want to avoid mosquitoes. You like any soap? Now the real question is, do you eat soap? Has anybody tried to attempt to eat soap?
I've never eaten soap before.
I think that's a lie.
Wow, you think that's a lie? You would doubt?
I think Bart has 100% eaten soap.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow, you guys doubt me? You guys think I'm a soap eater?
That's one of my big shticks.
Soap eater!
What?
The Snake Eater's theme song. Soap eater!
Is that from Snake Eater is Metal Gear, right?
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3.
I've never played Metal Gear.
Oh, wow. That would... You know, it would be kind of funny watching you play Metal Gear.
Why?
Because it's not the regular type of game. Like, there's a very specific way to play Metal Gear, and a lot of people don't understand it at first. So it's really funny to see people try to figure it out.
I give my life not for shampoo, but for you, Soapy.
Yeah, Soapy!
Do you want to sing that for us, honey?
No, I don't want to sing it. I can't hit that high note that the person that sings the song does. Holy.
What about you, a shark?
Yeah, no, I definitely could not sing that song. Holy crap.
I'm pretty sure I told chat before. When I heard, like, you a like shock, right? You a shark.
You
shock.
a shark.
You a shock.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's the word. That's the lyric.
You a shock, yeah.
I keep hearing, you a shark. You a shark! It's like,
you know?
And unfortunately, it was during the time of when a certain Hololiver was graduating. But some is to say that they hear her voice even today.
Even today.
Perhaps in a karaoke stream. Just don't eat me. The soap is off limits. No soap is off limits. But yeah, we had a very eventful day, just in general. What happened to us? I forgot I had a vet appointment.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Hololiver, did you watch the Saba debut? No relationship. I know, right? No relation. We didn't watch it necessarily because we stopped watching debuts a while ago, I think. Like, we both just in general stopped watching him. Not because we don't care, it's just because, like,
it's just that we've been busy. And
we've been so busy, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, it was used to be one of our things that we used to do together when, being long distance, right? It's one of our activities just to watch, these kind of things together. But nowadays, not so much, I've noticed. We've been kind of, like, sidetracked with other things.
Yeah.
Let's see. Moderately increased velocity of the Bakushin power when engaged in the challenge towards the front in the second half of the race. So not the final corner. Slightly increased acceleration when well positioned on the final corner. Slightly increased velocity when engaged in a challenge towards the front of the... We'll do this one. But I did see her model. I think it's very cute. It's very... I do see some people be like, oh my god, I can't believe she decided to debut with that kind of model, which is like, you know, a more childish, I guess, looking model. And it is one of those moments of like,
Yeah.
you were expecting a different model? Like,
Yeah.
I kind of always seen, like, the type of character she plays, like, in and outside of, like, her voice has always been kind of something you associate with childishness. And whether or not, what's the word I'm looking for? You enjoy that kind of character design or not, it's up to you. She's an adult woman. She can make her own choices. I view her as the person behind it as an adult. And just also it goes back to the important message of just because a female-looking character is flat and short does not make them a child, you know?
What's this game?
What's this game? This is the Uma of the Musume. Uma Musume Pretty Derby.
Yeah.
Why is it called Uma Musume? Well, Uma means horse, and Musume means girl. So horse girl in Japanese. It is a very popular... it is actually... I shouldn't say it's a very popular... It's extremely popular game in Japan. It's a gacha game where you race... well, these horse girls, essentially. It's like a idol / like horse raising game. You're raising your horse girl to be the #1 horse girl, basically. It's almost like you're basically raising a track runner, but they're horse girls.
Yeah.
Because they're all now, and also you're probably wondering, are all the women in this world horses? No.
Nope.
Actually, they're completely different species. They actually have said in the anime that horses had evolved into this form. Now, a lot of these horses are based on real life horses. Asterisk on the life part, because by the time this series came out, a lot of the horses actually had unfortunately passed away due to various circumstances. Some of them did eventually get to the farm. Some of them went to a different farm in the sky, we'll just say.
A different farm in the sky, no.
What? How else can you put it? But overall, it's a very fun game. It's a very easy game to play. You don't... it really comes down to, like, what kind of playstyle you want to do. I'm the type of person who's like, I like zooming through the story. So that's why everything is very fast. Of course, if you like reading, I'm not the best streamer for you. I'm going to be completely honest, because my attention span is just like that. Hello, little man. How are you?
Hello. Welcome in.
Let's see. I mean, she was already childish. If anything, just an upgraded version of the one. Exactly. And then we get into the details. It gets a bit funky. Yeah. So, on top of like the horse girl kind of like doing good. How are you? We're doing pretty good. We had a lot. We were very busy today, doing stuff. Oh my god, I hate it when they fail over like 9%.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Now it's 14%. Are you gonna do it? Okay. So basically, the purpose of the game is that you're a trainer. You can be a female or a male trainer. Doesn't matter. Doesn't affect the story whatsoever. Because I'm going to say this very clearly for all of you guys. This is not a dating game. If you're hoping for these horse girls to love you outside of being their trainer, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. They have roommates.
That's what fan art's for.
No, I'm kind of partially kidding. I think there's no actual romance in this game.
I don't think there's actual romance, but they do. A lot of the horse girls do idolize the other horse girls.
Yeah. It's very much like a competitive kind of like idolization.
Yeah.
Of each other. Don't do the dirty with the horses, please. Let them do them among themselves and make successful offspring. Exactly! Because, look, the legacy... You're probably wondering what the legacies are. It's like you're breeding your horses, but even though they're all male, technically, but they're all women, technically. Don't think about it too hard, guys. I've heard a few things about this game. Apparently, the school's motto is reference to the horse race named Eclipse that won every race it was in. Oh, I didn't know that. Thanks for the fun fact, little man.
Nice.
Yeah, this game has been around in Japan since how long? I want to say it's been since 2018, or well, that's what the anime was launched.
That's when the anime was launched. The game came much later, like maybe 2021-ish.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because I remember, I think I remember
2020 or 2021. It was around
yeah.
that time. Yeah.
Okay, so this we'll let this play so you guys get an idea about the race. But this game was pitched for how long?
Oh my gosh, like over a decade at that
So,
point.
because like, okay, so Side Games, creator of Grand Blue Fantasy, wanted to make a horse girl gacha game. And so when they pitched this, it was kind of like, you had to really think about the gameplay of this. And for all the gacha games out there, honestly, I do think this is one of their more unique games.
Yeah. This is well outside of anything that they made before, because
Yeah.
they focused a lot on like fantasy, like JRPG type fantasy anime style stuff. So this was just way out there.
Yeah. So, when they pitched the game, it's one of those things where it's just like, well, how do you play this game? All these horses, like, are we gonna do I guess it was like, I can't really say like what they did exactly specifically, like what they chose to do. But it was a lot of like, we want to make a series about horse girls, because horse racing is extremely popular in Asia. What last time? Are you gonna abandon your horse girl? Also, hello. Genwil, how are you?
Abandon them.
No, none of these horses are abandoned. They just either retired to the farm, literally, to sire sons that may or may not be great. Some of them are disappointments, as we've learned. Or they go to the farm in the sky. We won't say which ones made it to the farm. But maybe we will. Did this horse make it to the farm?
This one in particular. I don't know.
Sakura Bakushin.
We're gonna have to look.
We're
This
gonna have
seems
to
very
Google.
convoluted. You don't say, like, you don't know the half of it. The gameplay system in this game was very like confusing for people who didn't speak specifically.
Yes,
Japanese.
This
right?
yes. If you could speak or read Japanese, or you were really determined to learn Japanese, this game was not easy for foreigners to get into, because it's like there's a lot of like text, but you could skip through it all. Quite honestly, you didn't actually have to learn Japanese. But let's just say that so many fans were waiting for this specific horse girl gacha game to come out in the West for years.
Yeah.
Because from the anime conception, it was announced, to the anime, which was released in 2018. Like, they knew in 2018 that they weren't making a game, but they just didn't know when it was going to get launched. And then in 2021, Bard at least believes, is when they finally were able to release the game.
Yeah.
But when you see how much work was put into the game, you can kind of see why.
Yeah, the original release date for the Japanese version of Uma Musume was February 24, 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since the horse girls are girls and not horses, they can actually recover from injuries obtained in the race fields, so they don't have to go yell or break an ankle. Exactly, Lovat, exactly. No old yellers in this game. So I guess in a sense, it lives out the fantasy of what a lot of, like, I guess horse racers and breeders would have liked for some of their horses, because some of them unfortunately passed away in very tragic ways. This game probably has... When the more people have, like, thank you for the follow, old man Blaze. Hi T. I think for a lot of people, when you divulge into the stories of each individual racehorse, I feel like a lot of fans have like they have two reactions. I think they get like really attached to them,
Yeah.
and their story, or they get so disappointed at how their story ends.
Yeah.
But you know what? On top of like being a horse racing game and raising an Uma Musume, what possible other elements would you want for your racehorse girl to win? Well, you probably noticed there's a watch concert button. If you win, they get to sing for you.
Yes, your horse girls will serenade you with their beautiful horse voices.
And first, it's always the middle, the right and left are second and third place. Plot twist, they are also idols, I know! That's why you want them to win!
Yeah.
Well, snooze the ad. We can't have it, like, interrupting this. What the... Your prize for winning the race? Not only a trophy, but a concert.
I noticed that Sakura Bakushin
Well, we're
she-
listening to the concert first.
Oops.
I like how you're waving around credit cards like a light stick.
Yeah. That's my participation in this concert.
Yeah! Yeah, so that's what you get for winning. But it's like, hey girl, you won, you worked hard, and you ran with all your heart.
Yeah.
Now go do a concert.
No time for you to rest. Just get out there.
What the I'll tap for a second. They really said, we'll take the cake too and eat. So now there's gonna be an ad. But like the goddess of victory, yeah. So yeah, this is Uma Musume for you. They not only did they were like, oh yeah, you know what? We want to make a horse racing game because horse racing extremely popular in Japan. We also want to make them idols, which is also extremely popular in Japan. So that's like a double whammy. Now the reasons why it took so long to release a game is because I think of the sheer amount of like idol music that they made. Now I have since been corrected on how the singing works. Certain girls, like some, like I think for that first song that you heard, all of the characters have sang that song, but you notice that there's 3 parts to it. There is the center, which is the first place. Then there is like the 2 backup singers, which is second and third place. Each voice actress had to sing a version of each position, meaning you had to sing the song 3 times. Minimally. On top of all the other voice acting. And it's the same for various other songs. Now, I will show you a bit later what I mean by that. But I didn't actually, when I first played this game in Japanese, I didn't realize that, and I was always really confused why sometimes the song sounds a little off. And you figure it out pretty fast. Now that I had a chance to actually like really like play it in English. But yeah, it's really just a horse or a girl raising game, if that makes sense. You are just trying to make sure your stats reach a certain level, and then the more you raise them, the more likely you are to win a race. Of course, there's some that you want to focus a little bit more on. Some horses, I think, like, it really is, like, you should raise them more with these stats than others. I personally like to keep it balanced. Some people more experienced players might say, hey, screw that, focus only on these stats. For example, like Silence Shizuka. Bard has found it more success raising her with purely speed and stamina, I think.
Yeah, it might not be the best strategy, but early on, I was pouring everything into speed and stamina.
Yeah.
It seemed to be working.
Like, I think for some horses that works, because you do want to make sure your speed is, like, one of the highest stats, because it's a racing game, right? Doesn't matter if you are really powerful or really, or really smart, I guess, in some sense, right? But you want to keep certain stats up quite high, like, for example, your stamina, right? Because you don't want your horse girl to run out of energy while she's running. Like, I'll go over some of the different things, I guess. So speed is quite obvious. You want them to be really fast. Stamina is how much energy they have. Power is if they can, like, push through the crowd. Guts is, like, if they can, like, they're quote-unquote AI factors, right? Like, power is, like, can they push through the crowd and not get
Yeah, I think guts is when something happens like a
don't
bad
intimidate.
start.
Yeah,
they don't get intimidated.
Yeah, because there are skills in this game too. I know it's very complicated for a horse game, which is why this probably took so long. There are skills, and some of the skills that the other horse girls can have can actually, for example, like fleshed front runners. Will this affect your horse girl if they happen to have this skill, right? So you want to make sure your guts aren't too low either, and then the wit is like, can they get around the crowd, for example? So does it matter how you play at the end of the day? Not really, because at the end of the day, it's all about having fun, as long as you're not betting actual money.
Yeah.
This is probably the safest way to enjoy horse girl racing. No, but jokes aside, as I've said for various people, like, watching me play this game, don't expect to win when you first play this game. You're gonna lose a lot in this game, purely because this game sets you up to fail. You're never, and it's not because, like, the game is trying to just squeeze more money out of you. It's just kind of the reality of this game and how it works. You need to raise your character up to a certain point, and then once you end their career, you kind of, like, use whatever they learn and put it towards your next horse. And it's kind of like a continuous pattern of, like, you playing the game over and over and over again. So if you were to start playing this game yourselves, don't get discouraged if you're terrible at it. Expect to be terrible, because, like, this is a lot of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a lot of trial and error in this game, right? And, like, of course, the more experienced Musume players will probably tell you something very similarly.
Yeah.
Don't be disheartened if you're not getting, like, the best stats or the best characters or the best stuff. It doesn't matter. It's all about the cards, baby. And apparently the card that everybody really wants is not released yet.
Yeah.
So for anybody who wants to play Musume, play it, start farming those rainbow carrots now so you can pull for that card.
Yeah.
Because all the horse girls have their own story. It doesn't matter, because you can eventually get them. It's the cards. It's all about the cards.
The support cards, yeah.
I can't pump the horse girls full of syrup as I call it a day. I mean, that's what the cards are for, baby. Also, hello, old man Blaze. How are you?
Oh, welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Are you a horse girl enjoyer? That sounds really wrong.
Everything when it comes to this game sounds really wrong. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best comment I've seen in ages. Look, remember, if you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh!, it's all about the heart of the cards. Thank you. Look, it's all about the heart of the cards, and the cards are what matters. And again, the horse girl doesn't matter, it's the cards.
It's the cards.
And some of them you can get for free. So you don't actually have to spend that much, but of course, this wouldn't be the top rated gacha game.
Yeah.
Or not top rated gacha game, the top
revenued
gacha game. If not for the pure reason that people do spend a shit ton of money on this game. People fucking love horse racing.
They love that shit, yeah.
like even in when I was in Korea for a bit, like just traveling, there were like people out there with horse racing bets. One of the Otome games where the love interest is a horse. You remember the Horse Prince game?
Oh, there was a Horse Prince game. Wow.
Where the guy has like his face is on a horse.
Oh.
And did you not see that one?
I did not see that one. Oh no.
Oh my god, Bard needs to. Bard and I need to play a lot of Otome games together.
I guess we do.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of tempted to like get into like Love in Deep Space. But I also know, for me personally, I get bored easily with Otome games because I'm not like in that mindset anymore. I have Bard now. I don't need a fictional boyfriend. I'm going to be a married woman soon, guys. Oh my god, I just started playing it. Who is your bias, T? She did pretty good, actually, like, all things considered.
What, this
for this race.
Yeah. She's actually really good with the pace, strategy.
Zane? Zane from One Direction. Just kidding. I find it funny his name is Zane, because there's a person in the band, One Direction, remember that? There used to be a guy named Zane in there.
Oh, okay.
So that was a joke. I know you guys don't listen to One Direction, though. You have to unlock 2 of the others. I see.
So I was gonna say, Sakura Bakushin.
You can talk about the history of this horse.
I noticed in for the animations with this horse, she's doing combat poses and she's doing the henshin pose for Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
When she wins and stuff like that, right? So it's like. It seems like this is a fighting horse, I guess. Here.
A fighting horse?
I guess a fighting horse.
She's also the student... She's not student class. She's like the...
Oh.
The class prez.
Oh, I see. Okay. Let's see.
So, okay, you'll notice, or maybe you won't notice, this game plays a lot on... They take the horses, and they characterize them, and they try to make a lot of references to who they are as an individual horse. Oh my god. Where are the horses? Damn, these girls should go shopping back before you took your
Wait, hold on. Let's see.
But these umas of the Musumes are again, for people who don't know the story of Uma Musume, these girls are apparently the peak of evolution for all horses in the end.
Peak of evolution.
That's what the anime said, and I'm gonna take it. Oh, they didn't say this is the peak of human or horse evolution, but
Peak of horse.
I think it's the peak of horse evolution. It would be funny if they turned into actual horses when they win the race. There have been people who've been making edits.
Can you imagine that? They just like turn into a real horse.
When the filter comes off, it's like when it's one of them. But yeah, like overall, for me personally, I have been enjoying this game. Homu. If it's an anime, I have no clue about it, but I'm here for the ride, so teach me how to learn new things. Yeah, like this game is like, it's a fun ride. A lot of the horses are based on real life horses, which again, I have to reiterate, and I'm probably gonna hear me say this a lot. Some of them made it to the farm, and some of them did not make it to the farm. We can talk about which ones didn't make it to the farm, but my favorite thing about saying about this game is don't get attached.
Yeah. Don't get too attached to a favorite horse because
most of these horses have because the game took so freaking long to like bro, what? Oh, T, you didn't know. Oh, T, I'm sorry to. This horse might have made it to the farm. Did this horse make it to the farm?
No, you know what? This horse made it to the farm.
This horse made it to the farm. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
This horse made it. I think a lot of the 2-star horses make it to the farm.
Okay, yeah. It seems that this one had a retirement, made it to the farm. So, no, wait, what? Oh, no. I just saw something.
What?
Oh, no, wait. Okay, never mind. It wasn't this horse.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god! They're like, oh, don't worry, it's not this horse, it's a different horse.
Yeah, it's a different horse, don't worry.
Too late, I'm emotionally invested. No, Nehru! Again, this game was announced... It was announced, like, what, for 10 years?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
People knew about it was in production for 10 years.
For very long. Like, Grand Blue Fantasy had a crossover with this,
before
IP.
it was even released.
Yeah, like, they didn't have a game or the anime yet. They just did a special
They were
week
super
thing.
interested in, like...
Yeah.
They were just super hyped.
It was just so crazy that they did a, a collab with something that hadn't even come out yet. And... You know, they were so hyped about it.
They're like, yeah, we're gonna 100% make a game about horse girls and racing them.
Yeah, 100%.
So, basically, by the time... Because, again, Japan loves their fucking race horsing. They based all these horses off of real horses. For clarification, I'm pretty sure a vast majority, if not all the horses... in actual horse racing are men. Or male horses. Mm-hmm. Why did they make them musumes or females? I'm sorry. Women just sell better than men.
Money!
I'm just gonna... if I had to tell you the cruel truth is that women are a lot more profitable than men. Don't take that the wrong way. I think my Twitch records is a bit anime. All I have is the last 30 minutes is anime hoggers. I think I need a bed. Well, if it's 5 a.m., you should be going to sleep. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, these are all high schoolers. They're all high school girls. And again, you are coming in as their trainer. You are not a student. You are, I'm assuming, an adult person.
Assuming.
You graduated from the school already. You are being the trainer for these horse girls, and you are oh my god, I can't. I'm just gonna end it. I'm not gonna, because her stats were not very good, so we're just gonna end it for now. So you come in. There's no romance. For anybody that's hoping that there's romance in this game, there is no romance except between the other horses, maybe, because they're like, oh my god, that girl is so good at running. I'm like, it's the competitiveness. It's not like romance, so don't expect be like, oh, I'm gonna romance this horse girl. I'm sorry, not the game for you. Play Goddess of Victory Nikkei. That will give you all the love you need.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dude, they're racehorses, idols, and high schoolers. They really got the raw essence of anime of this. I never seen a horse that makes take the plan or dimensions. What's happening? I want in. But like, yeah, like, again, a lot of these horses were actually what you kind of learned later on, which we didn't know, because. I think for a lot of people, you're probably thinking like, like a game of horses, why did it take them so long? Turns out, a lot of these horses have IPs.
Yeah.
Which is kind of important if you want to draw them.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's actually an unofficial rule, or there is a specific rule. You're not supposed to lewd the horses.
Yeah, supposedly, yeah.
You need a license for the horse? Yes, there is an IP for the horses, apparently. Which was apparently kind of hard to get, I think. Apparently horse racing is serious business, though you're not supposed... Okay, so apparently one of the unofficial rules for Uma Musume, which is a concern that a lot of overseas fans had when they first initially announced that Uma Musume was going to have an English release, was that you're not supposed to lewd the horses. I'm not sure if that's actually true or false. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, the internet does what the internet's going to do. But what some people have said is if you take it too far, they might actually cancel they were worried it was going to cancel the global release. Because the thing is that a lot of people hold these horses in very high regards, is what we've learned.
Yeah.
If you learn the history of even just Haru Urara, she's a very beloved horse in Japan, apparently. Has she won anything? No.
Nope.
She went in. She participated in 106 races. Didn't win any of them. She is very beloved. So if you do spicy fan art with the Musume ninjas will come. I think it's like you may get in trouble. You ultimately, I don't sure if there's like a very specific like fan art. Okay, so surprise for some people. Some companies have very specific rules for fan art.
Yeah.
In which like it's like part of like terms and conditions type of thing. Like a perfect example is like VTuber companies. A lot of VTuber companies actually have like terms and conditions for some of their fan arts. Like you can do certain things, but you can't do things that cross the line. I think as long as you don't cross the line for Musume, just like, you know, kind of observe the fan base is what I would say for a lot of this. For even for fan art, just observe what the Japanese fan base is kind of doing, and that's kind of like, imagine that is what the limit is.
Yeah.
If I want to say, if you want to do it respectfully, and I hope that a lot of you guys, like, as much as we make jokes about Musume and like all the things involving horse girls and like kind of stuff like this, what like it is a very precious game to a lot of people, like in Japan, I believe, because again, horse racing is such a huge culture. Apparently, again, with the IPs, you don't want to ruin it, because like if say they want to put more horses in the game, you know, you hear bad rep about this game because of certain reasons, like in how the fan bases does. I don't know. It's like one of those weird things for, you know, and like for people in the nerd fandom, because like, you know, in nerd fandoms we just do whatever we want, right? Artistic freedom. But again, you have to remember, real life people are involved in this as well. Some people view these horses like their children, I guess, to a certain extent. Just imagine like that. Like, I don't think they would feel too comfortable with the anime. I think some of them may have not even felt super comfortable with their horses becoming anime waifus to some people.
You know.
So just do it delicately. If we had to have a serious talk right now, like just be careful. I know, like, again, Martin and I are always on the side of artistic freedom. But, you know, I think Johnny would have a stronger understanding of it, because he's been an avid fan of Musume for how long now?
Oh, for quite a while now, yeah.
He was the exclusive... I'll be like to say, he's like exclusive Musume streamer. You won your cons?
With the today's thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like the what's her name, Sakura?
Yeah, I
don't know why I had such a great run with her.
Sometimes it's luck. It's purely luck. Sometimes like you have like a great run with a horse, and sometimes you have a terrible run.
Yeah.
Like I had a terrible run, for example, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Tony and Alec. How are you?
Hello, welcome.
Yeah, but I find this game, like, how do you find this game so far?
So far, you know what? I find it actually pretty easy to play.
Yeah, it's a very not thinky game.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, Alec, are you gonna play the Umas and Musumes? Are you gonna join in the gacha fun?
Mm-hmm.
Did Coffee want to be up with Daddy?
Yep.
Do you want to move the box aside more so he has a little bit more space, maybe? Yeah. Oh my, no. Why not?
Don't you want to be the Umapoi legend?
But you two enjoy. Did you get a B?
Huh?
Was this you? B rank?
Yeah.
You got a B?
I just don't know how it happened.
You had a really good run.
It's just, yeah, an incredibly good run, I think.
Yeah, like it's hard to get a B at the very beginning, but you got it within a couple days, honey.
Heck.
Do you want some free lore about how the horses aren't, how most of the horses either went to the farm or did not make it to the farm. No, they went to the farm in the sky.
A farm in the sky.
Or is there a different lore you want to discuss, Tony? Also, did you get our package? Actually, ironically, I don't like horses.
What are you doing?
We don't worry. I guess Tony and Alec were not horse girls growing up. Were you ever a horse girl, honey?
In my dark secret past, apparently.
The special farm, even. I know. Not the glue factory, just, you know, the farm in the sky. You did? Yeah, I told Tony to message you that we did.
Yeah. Nice.
It's okay. If like, you know, like, we've been really busy ourselves. Have it nice and safe. Did you enjoy the bonus gift we gave you? She was there to protect your package. I'm not sure if it worked.
Yeah.
Also, did you enjoy the figure inside of it? Should we mention what we gifted Tony and Alec? Do you want to share that, honey?
So I guess I found an old game that I had for the longest time. It was the Xenogears Collector's Edition, I guess, the LE edition of the game. It was the Japanese release of Xenogears. When they re-released it, they made a special edition that came with a Faye figure and an Ellie figure. So I had the Ellie version of the game, but the figure that it came with was not exactly the best quality. But it was a collector's edition that I kept for so long because I was like a huge fan of Xenogears at the time. So, you know, like, but I needed to downsize a lot, so I had to send it off to someone who would appreciate it in my place.
Yeah, and luckily that was both Tony and Alec. Thank you for helping us by taking it off of our hands. Oh, and apparently when they pulled off the protecting pillow, they have no idea who it is, which may disappoint a different friend of yours.
Yeah. It's okay. We don't have to disappoint away.
It's okay. She was the lesser girl.
Oh, it was safe thanks to the gal inside? Okay, nice. Rem did her job.
She's not pink, so that's why she didn't. That's why Alec and Tony don't know who it is. But apparently Bart had like so many of that specific character. That's why I was just like, Bart, choose one.
Just choose one?
Just choose one and we send it over. We'll take good care of both of them. Yeah. I don't know, like, Bart just had like an unreasonable amount of pillows. Like, if you haven't seen my Twitter, like, no joke, Bart has had a huge claw machine addiction in which we discussed in 2020.
No, 2018.
Well, no, the addiction was in 2020 though.
Yeah, roughly.
We'll take good care of the. I mean, how much is unreasonable? You should see how many plushies were in my bed. Like, okay, so this is before Bart and I started dating, right? But Bart had a huge addiction to crane machine games, and like ended up getting his friends into crane machine games as a result as well. However, what ended up happening was that because you had so much, you won so much because you got really good at it, and also because like the fact of the matter was it was really easy to win back then.
Yeah.
You had almost like how many pillows? Like I want to definitely over 10.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if it was like 20 pillows there or something like that. Because, you know, like, over time, like, I think I might have some in another storage somewhere.
Yeah, like, we had stacks upon stacks of pillows. Like, I have a lot of plushies. I'm a plushie collector, personally. I've actually been thinking about, like, downsizing my own collection to be completely transparent as well. But like, fortunately and unfortunately for me, I don't have like a secondhand seller, or a place to sell it like Bard does. I actually have to sell mine a little bit. I wouldn't say more like, I have to find a different method in order to sell mine.
Yeah, I'm very lucky in that there's like a place like Book Off near me, right?
Yeah, and for people who don't know what Book Off is like it's a Japanese franchise where they used to only buy like books and like maybe a couple of games and like manga and stuff like that, and then they branched out to North America, mostly in bits like in the more popular parts of Asia, of America, I think. I miss Book Off. We used to have a Book Off here too. Like that's the crazy thing. I used to have a Book Off where I'm from, but it closed.
That's unfortunate.
I wish it had a nerd consignment and Book Off again. Yeah, because like where else can we send it to? Like what? Like the also Bart has a lot of t-shirts.
yeah.
Apparently he won a lot of like a lot of t-shirts, and I'm like, Bart, you're never gonna wear these.
Nope.
So we kind of discussed that we might take them to like before we left. Actually, we were like this. We said to Bart's dad to maybe consider taking it to a we actually asked them if they could take it to a like a Goodwill or something equivalent for us, or like some sort of donation place. It was a lot of t-shirts and clothes. Oh my god, improve your mood, yes. Because if they're sad, they won't race as well. If we had a Book Off again, it would be do so well. I know, you would think, right? But I think... Okay, so the Book Off in Cappytown, they have, like, how many Book Offs do you guys have?
We have quite a few now. Like, I think we used to only have, like, one or two.
Yeah.
And, like, in Cappytown, like, the various, parts of Cappytown.
Yeah.
I think there might be even 10 around now. Because there's at least 3 in each of the different,
yeah, so, like, there's quite a few.
Yeah.
There's quite a few now. They have, like, really expanded. And I remember when Bart and I, like, were talking as friends, Bart actually was like, hey, Munii, do you know a good place to sell my figures?
I actually needed some advice on it, because, like, I was trying to
you were trying to get rid of them for 2 years, arguably, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, I said, like, oh, well, first of all, I felt like Cappytown had quite a few, probably had, like, quite a big fandom, which they do. And I was just like, why don't you just, like, do, like a yard sale or something? Which you never did.
I never did. Yard sales are tough in Cappytown, because it's almost like, it's strange in that, like, officially you're supposed to have
a permit?
Yeah, a permit to
really?
do them, like, officially. Yeah, because you can't just, like, put stuff out like that, right? But, like, not only getting the permit, right, but it's, like, dependent on how much you sell, you also have to have a license to do that, right? Like, so it was tough to just like, kind of go out there and do a yard sale, basically. Yeah, well, I know a lot of people do them anyway, and they don't,
they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care, right? Like, because, like, ultimately, who's gonna really bug you about it, right? But
I just remember one across from the Japanese store on the second floor of the building. Yard sales are also hard for nerd culture, to be honest. Really?
Oh, yeah, you think?
I think it really depends, right? But, like, I said to Bard, maybe you should, like, look for, like, places that, like, allow you to, like, sell it. Like, luckily you have Book Off, so you could sell your figures to them. Unfortunately, you did not get much money for them.
Yeah, I didn't get much money back for it, but...
Okay, so, we'll be transparent. Bart got around, like, after 3 trips, the total amount that Bard has gone was maybe around 700 USD, and you know, like that's a pretty good amount. Don't think about how much he spent on each individual
Just
figure.
don't think about that, okay?
Yeah, because it was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. Because like Bard likes winning.
I do.
Bard is a winner. You might service me for the last time. For the last time. Hi, Cell. How are you?
Hello. Welcome in.
It depends on the crowd seeing yard sale. I know where we are is hardly see anything outside from Pokemon cards. Damn. Yeah, sounds about right. Hey, oh, yeah. Like, yeah, Bard, like, actually, we asked them if they would buy the Dakimakuras from us, to be completely honest, and they said no. Because we asked them if they'd be willing to take it off their hands, and they're kind of like, yeah, sorry, we don't take that kind of stuff, and we're like, you know, fair enough. Even the ones not open, I know, right? But like in terms of like the, what was it? Like they, even the unopened ones, like,
well,
they had to open it anyways. To
yeah, it's sort of like if you guys have ever gone to a GameStop or an EB Games, right? Even if you give them a brand new game to sell back, and you say, oh, it's unopened, it should be worth its full value, they will still treat it as a used product.
Yeah.
And they will open it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that doesn't really, like...
Yeah, and then also you have to factor in the fact that some of them aren't quite that popular, unfortunately. Some of them are very, like, niche characters. So selling them is already, like, a task in itself for the company.
Yeah, it's pretty lame. Yeah.
But like, so Bard would make back like, maybe he spent like thousands of dollars on a couple of figures, technically, but he made back 700 at least. Yeah. That's how it basically is, right? It is what it is ultimately. But we end up getting a lot of space back at least.
Yeah, we did, you know.
But yeah, that's why we also the reason why we are trying to find like good homes for the stuff that like, for some of the items, which is why we gave away like that, which is why we gave away the game to Tony and Alec, right? Because we knew you guys would enjoy that way more than us selling it to Book Off, because they do take some games. Apparently none of the games that Bard brought in, but yeah, nonetheless,
yeah.
We were ecstatic that they even took whatever was in there. I think they took like a collector's Haruhi Suzumiya. They took the second one, but they didn't take the case.
Yeah, that was weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't. Okay, because we gave them like a collection of Haruhi Suzumiya. And like we're thinking like, oh, they'll take all of it, right? But they took like they took the smallest part of it, and we're like, what?
Okay.
But yeah. Oh well. Whatever makes them happy, I guess.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, nothing. We'll cherish it. Not to mention they would have opened it too. Yeah. But the time you enjoyed spending them, you know, the time that Bart spent trying to get them was priceless indeed. The many hours you spent with your friends.
Yeah.
Planning. You used to do unboxing videos for them.
Yeah. It's
more.
Remember, guys, it's all about the friends we made along the way.
I need more water for my sippy cup.
I should probably go get my sippy cup too.
Your cup is not a sippy cup though.
Oh, it's not a sippy cup, but it's similar. It's a drinky cup.
Yeah, we got a circular water bottle, and we've been enjoying it quite a bit. Because like what is it? It's like, for people who don't know what Circle is, it's like a water bottle, but it has like a flavor pod that you attach to it that you can drink out of. They're like, oh, it cuts down plastic, but does it really?
Does it really?
Homo. But yeah, we've been busy since moving our stuff back, or not back. Bart still needs to move stuff over here, actually.
Mm-hmm.
We've been kind of struggling.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, because if you weren't here for the last stream, with us packing everything, FedEx tried to charge Bart, $600 for a single. How big of a box?
It was 15-inch by 20 by 20-inch.
Like, so a medium-ish box,
Yeah,
I would say.
I would say, yeah.
And they try to charge us $6, and also is very light.
Mm-hmm.
It was just kind of big and bulky. It's medium bulky-ish. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it wasn't enough to. It was not worth $600
to send. Right?
To send, yeah. Frick, FedEx. All my homies say FedEx. No, wait, it's not FedEx. It was UPS.
UPS.
Sorry,
UPS,
my bad. UPS.
Not to mention they would have opened it too.
But for the for the stuff. But like, yeah, my bad. But yeah, like, it was kind of like, when we got the price, and we were looking at the guy going like, no, I'm pretty sure it's like this, because this is the reason why because he's just like, okay, it's $600, and we're like, that doesn't sound right. And we looked at him, and we looked at each other going like, but we didn't get $600 when we did the thing. And he's like, oh no, it's $600. And I'm like, but the option for like 5-day shipping was like 100 and something, and like we would be willing to pay that. And he's like, no.
And then on top of that, he wouldn't show us the list of options. He said there were no options. It was just that one.
Then you said like we checked it online.
Yeah, we checked it online.
And he's like, oh good, yeah, check it online. I'm like, we did.
We did, yeah. It was very strange.
Yeah,
like, the whole situation.
So we decided to just take it back.
Mm-hmm.
And ship a couple other things. We'll ship it. No, you were debating on hiring a shipping company.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I debated on doing like a moving company instead of going through shipping companies for the boxes. Because if I'm going to pay that much, $600 for one box, a lot of moving companies are around that price, like between $600 and $1,000, to move your entire room's worth of stuff, you know?
Oh, she's really losing.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Oh no.
I don't think she made it. Like, anywhere close, no. Oh, third! She actually just barely made it. Shit!
FedEx always charges me on packages marked 3 to 5,000 yen. Really? So little? And they still charge you on that?
But yeah, like, we're like that's why Bart didn't ship his computer.
Yeah, that's why I don't have my computer, and I'm primarily drawing off my iPad and using my my laptop.
Yeah, it's a similar for Uspis. Apparently, Uspis would never charge us that much, so we're looking towards shipping with them when we can. But unfortunately, we didn't have time to go to Uspis.
Yeah.
We were really just not planning ahead, if we to be completely honest.
If we had planned ahead, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay, you know, we have a little bit of time. All I'm saying, Canada Post would never do that to me.
We're trying to boost the speed and the stuff. No, not migraine!
Oh no!
See, this is what I mean by, like, sometimes, like, you win some, sometimes you lose some.
Mm.
She's the fave to win. Ah!
You know, it's like, it's so horrible when it says they're the fave to win, and then it's
You
like,
get your hopes up, right?
Yeah.
There we go. That's what the reset button's for. It was all a dream.
It was all a dream. It was just a dream.
Okay, so again, for people who don't know the game, you get 3 chances. And what they do is that they increase their mood sometimes, because sometimes their mood can be the factor for why they win or lose. But like, we heard that, Auspice would never charge Bart this much for shipping to Mapleland too, so we were kind of like really shocked by how much,
Yeah.
we were being charged for.
Mm-hmm.
Gesundheit, thank you, little man. No, not failure. You don't want failure like so close to a race, and it's like you're sitting there going like, "Well, Munii, why did you take the risk?" Well, it was only like a small percentage. I thought she could do it.
Gesundheit.
She's making it. She's breaking boundaries. I hate it when they give you 0 time to, like, you know, to prepare them.
Mm-hmm.
Because more risks to, like, for them to not do well. Ah, she's only, like, 7th place. Oh, she's not gonna make it. I don't think she's gonna make it. I'm gonna end the career. I don't think it's gonna happen for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes it's like that, right?
Like, if there was actually a chance, I would probably. But 9 out of 11 is not bad. I made it to C rank. Just barely. I remember there was a way to get rid of all the extra cards, but I can't remember how.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
Yeah. Because you're probably wondering how to get rid of the extra cards, right?
You know?
Okay. Because, for anybody that's curious why so these are some of the dailies, but in order to get, like, a guaranteed 3-star, you have to complete all of these, daily quests.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the fact that we get this the 5-star of this particular character is great for Bard, considering the fact that he has her. I do not.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like Tokai is like, it might benefit. He might be able to level her up quite potentially.
Yeah, that's gonna help me unlock her costume.
Well, no. You don't get a costume for her.
Oh, you know.
It's only for the... Okay. If they're 3 stars, they already have their costume.
Oh, okay, got it, yeah.
If they're a 2nd or 1st star, once they get their 3-star, they get their costume.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, you know.
Fun facts with Munii, because I played this in the Japanese version, I actually got a lot of them to their costume versions. That's how much I played this game. Actually, I played this game quite a bit. Maybe, like, unshocking to hear about me. I did play the JP version, and I stopped because, like, I got really sad I couldn't buy, the gems. I was like, I want to buy it, but I can't. I have no way to buy the JP monies. And this was back when I had a job. It's always dangerous when I have a job and I'm like, oh, I want to spend money. Now I can't spend money, so I have to be careful with how I get stuff. Because Bart cannot afford 2 accounts. It's kind of true though, honey.
It's kind of true, yeah, at this point, right? It's okay, we'll figure it out.
Originally, we kind of agreed that we were supposed to do, like, only 1 gacha account between the 2 of us.
Yeah. But something happened along the way.
I didn't want to listen to the Bakushin song, sorry. I had to change it. By the way, if you're at a certain level, please join the Cappy Buds Club. There's only me. Right there.
Somehow, I still can't... Well, I guess I have to...
You have to be a certain level.
Yeah.
Right, I was gonna say this earlier. Okay, so do you know how, I said that this game is, like, would take a long time to make, aside from, like, all the different factors they added to this game. So there's the concert theater portion of the song, like, on top of the voice acting. Let's go to this song, right? So you see a setup? Okay, I need to lower the volume for a minute. So I can hear my thoughts. Okay, you'll notice that there is a singer. And there will be a mic usually. Showing if they actually do... I think, like, showing if they actually have vocals to the song.
Yeah.
This one does not. I think, though, there is a horse I'm missing that actually would complete this group. Officially. But, like, for example, everybody sings this part. Everybody sings this part. Because they're different. And depending on who you select, will make the song sound completely different sometimes. Because they're different vocalists, right? And you can get different combinations. That's really cool. Now you have to think about it. How many songs did they get each person to do, right? So you look at this one too, right? Only she has sung the song. And she sung it for both parts. For all 3 parts, right? Because of, again, this is the first place winner, second and third. They all have different portions to the song. And then even for, like, the backup dancers, it's just like, oh, you could just maybe change their costumes. That's about it. Like, if you want to get super custom with the presentation. But they don't have to sing, right? So that's fine. But, like, looking at, like, how detailed it is, it makes sense why this game took fucking forever to get released. With the amount of detail that went into this game, especially with all the performances, right?
Yeah.
Even when we think about, like, because I'm sure that some people are possibly wondering, and, you know, depending on how you feel about the whole debate between EN voice acting versus JP voice acting versus EN voice acting. if we were to try to even do this in or do an English version of this game, it'd be a really big project, I think, in my opinion. So I completely understand them just translating it. And unfortunately for the people that want to enjoy the game in English, aside and are not very cannot enjoy a game without English voice acting, because again, English voice acting is for accessibility reasons, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they cannot enjoy this game as much because it is a lot of dialogue and text, and that's the reason why I skip through a lot of it. It's not exactly, story-wise, not meant for me, but, in terms of overall general content, I really do enjoy Musume, so if you haven't had a chance to at least try it a little bit, now is a really good time to, jump into it, especially because, even Bart has caught up to me a little bit in terms of, some of his runs. You didn't, I don't think you expected to catch up to me so fast.
I totally did not, actually. This is kind of surprising to me, but I think it's because the game right now, the way that it was released, they put in certain things to help people catch up
immediately.
Yeah. So it's it might be the early release boost type of thing going on, right?
What is it trying to tell me to level up? Oh, this one. Ugh. But yeah, anyways, the cards are the most important things because they actually help you win certain things. There's a specific card that hasn't been released yet that we've been told.
Yeah.
It's very helpful.
Let me look up the card again. Support cards.
But yeah, if for anybody that's curious, again, my opinion on the horses aren't nearly as important as the cards, which is what it seems like, right?
Yeah. The support cards definitely make a huge difference because I got a bunch of SR support cards just now from pulling on the...
You pulled again?
Yeah, I pulled on one of the thing. I got a bunch of SR, and they've made a huge difference.
Not the URSR?
Not URs, but just SRs. Just getting it. Because before I didn't have any. I had one SR support card and that was it. And I don't have any UR cards at all. And stuff, right? So just getting a bunch of SR cards helped a lot. But, where is this card? Where is this card? There's one card that's coming out pretty soon that a lot of people are saying that you should save your carrots for. So
yeah.
And I'm trying to find out which one it was, but I forgot. It's
it's one of the newer characters.
Kita's on black?
Yeah.
Yeah. Support card, I think.
Yeah, because the reason why is because they'll do certain boosts for your skills and stuff like that, and how you raise the girls. And apparently, this specific card, even years later, is still one of the top cards to get. So everyone in the English server, if you are super competitive in this game, for whatever reason, because there's always those people who are going to be very competitive.
Yeah.
This is the card to get.
Yeah, apparently this is the card to get, so save some of your carrots for it. Try to get one copy if you can.
Because other than, in terms of, getting the horses, you can eventually get some of them. It's not super important if you don't manage to get a certain horse or costume. I don't think it's as urgent. I feel like you can eventually get them, right? Type of thing.
Yeah, you can eventually get them. I feel like, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like maybe again, I feel like we would have to talk to exclusive horse race girl streamer Johnny DLG to really give a thoroughbred of a explanation about Uma Musume. give you a thorough explanation. But yeah, I know that when again, Barb was not planning on playing this game.
I was not, yeah, because,
like... But the reason you got into it is because you saw how much fun I was having with it.
Yeah, like, I was literally sitting here watching you play this game, like, over the course of a couple of days since release, and I'm like, you know what? This is not bad. Like, I was like, what's going on?
You tried it lightly, but you couldn't get into it, right?
Yeah, like, because initially I couldn't read anything, and I didn't know what I was doing, and what anything was.
Or what you needed to do.
Yeah. So that was what was giving me a hard time with this game.
Yeah. There we go, so it's a little bit more balanced. I was like, why is it so sound? But yeah, that Musume. I'm wondering if I should move on to a different game, because I kind of did my dailies for now.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that the TP is pretty fair, but they give you so many, they give you so much of the toughness.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, honestly, because, like, some people would usually save this kind of stuff. Like, back in the when I first played, I would save TP, but, like, honestly, I feel like it's fine to just use it, because they give you so many, at least at the beginning, right? Just, at least, like, if you want to save some, especially for an event, 100% save it. Mm-hmm. For me, I just really wanted to continue playing the game.
Yeah.
Again, it can be a very fast or a very slow game, depending on how you want to play it, especially when I read all the lore or all the character interactions. For me, I don't really so much, but I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
But should I switch games or should I go sleep? Because I'm so tired.
Oh,
honestly.
yeah, we've had a pretty busy day too, yeah.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, apparently I get it.
Oh, you got it, huh?
I'm not sure how to get to connect it somehow, though.
Yeah.
How do I connect?
Oh, it might be the Japanese version.
But, like, technically it might be attached, but, like, let's see. But that's pretty cool. Like, if you look at their Musume page right now, I think they definitely, over the years, have gotten more horses to their roster. So, and a lot of them have, like, really interesting designs nowadays. Yeah. So I'm really excited to, if I decide to continue playing this game, like, even just passively, to, like, kind of slowly collect them,
yeah.
You can kind of see who is, like, kind of, like, the front runner in terms of popular horses. Ironically, it is not Special Week. Special Week, apparently, even though she was their original, what would you call?
Like, the cover...
Yeah, the cover girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Special Week was the cover girl. Special Week and Silence Suzuka was I think they thought that these three, the top three over here, were going to be the most popular horses of the season.
Yeah.
But in fact, no. I think the most popular ended up being... One of the most popular was definitely Angus Tachion.
Oh, yeah?
I think she's one of the more popular ones, because look where she is on this page.
Oh, that's true, right? Yeah.
I've seen her around. I think also, like, Gold Ship has, like... Gold Ship. Well, we learned about this horse. Like, its personality is quite unique. She actually kicks you in the face.
Yeah. I heard maybe Oguri Cap. Well, not necessarily from any. It's just that she's one of the top race horses right now. Like, at least at current time.
I know how to again, very beloved horse. But yeah, like, a lot of the horses they didn't expect to be that popular actually were very popular. I think like the three kind of like idiots kind of.
Yeah. Like
they play as a comic relief in the anime, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Maybe it's a good day to well, actually we'll just switch to just chatting. for a little bit. Just chat a little bit after we umma the Musumes. Because yeah, we've been so busy.
Yeah.
It's been kind of crazy. What did we do today? I forgot. Like we've been so busy. I've started like forgetting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've forgotten that I had a vet appointment. And almost didn't make it on time. Luckily, the vet was pretty understanding. And I didn't lose my appointment with them. I found out some on the health of my dogs. Not what I had hoped. We'll just say. They're pretty okay. Nothing like super major. As long as it's just, you know, it's just monitoring, and you know, as a pet parent, you're always like, oh, my baby. Yeah. And then had lunch with one of my high school friends and their significant other, and we got to rant to them about like our wedding problems. Which, speaking of which, I need to remember that I need to talk to my potential officiant. Which is fun. Like, I think, like, I'm kind of in the mood of, like, between, like, oh, I should really be focusing on, like, getting this done, but I also need to apply for jobs, and I've been kind of, like, I don't want to do anything, I just want to be a worm.
You just want to be a worm?
I want to be a worm. And I also, for people who haven't saw, like, we're halfway through the podcasts, that I have been releasing on Cappy Buds. I still need to finish up a couple more, to post, but it's been really exciting, to be releasing them finally. I hope that everyone has been enjoying them. And even if you haven't watched it, it's okay. I understand. Podcasts aren't for everybody. I also need to finish the independent art. It's so they're all like really close to being finished, but there's some things I kind of want to re-record. So Bart needs to not listen to me while I record that stuff. Yeah, again, it goes back to like when you're so burnt out, like you just don't want to do anything. It kind of sucks because in media you can't do that a little bit.
Yeah.
But like I'm not sure. It kind of makes me want to be like, well, what do I want to do in media, right? A little bit. I am getting offers like apparent for some freelance gigs, so that's not a terrible thing, but like, you know, still nothing like super secure. And I'm hoping that we can get or I can start rather contributing financially. That's my stress at the moment, is just making sure I have enough money for stuff. In other news, I tried all the McDonald's international stuff.
Oh yeah. Wow. That was surprising to see that.
Yeah. Not to advertise McDonald's or anything, but we got curious and decided to try some of their international foods. The Japanese teriyaki burger, their German burger?
Yeah, it was some kind of German thing.
German burger.
Supposedly.
The Italian pizza pockets, which were very disappointing. Do not buy that. Their McFlurries, because we have working machines. I've learned that in America, they don't have working machines half the time, and it's a very normal occurrence.
Yeah. Quite annoying.
Yeah. When's the last time you had a McFlurry?
Oh man, it's been ages. Like, it literally has been ages, because the machine's never working when we go in to get one and stuff like that. To the point where I didn't even know that they changed the cups.
Yeah, they changed the cups too. They're all paper now. But yeah, we haven't tried their McFlurries because we're lactose intolerant, so we have to take pills for that. Yeah, just stuff. We also gave the dogs a bath today. Yeah. Oops, I clipped something and that was wrong. I pressed the wrong button. You're wrong, Bhutan.
The wrong Bhutan.
But yeah, so I think I'm getting sleepy actually, so I think that I should take that as a sign of like of going to bed. But I will be okay. So actually, here's a big question: if we should we playing Undertale, continuing Undertale, or if we should continue Yakuza 2.
Good question.
Yeah. I think it really depends on like Bard's energy. We'll see how Bard's energy level goes. Because if Bard's energy level is really low, we will continue with Yakuza. I promise.
Yeah.
Because I really want to continue with Yakuza.
Yeah. Well, you know, like maybe we continue with Yakuza for a bit. You know. Because you're much further into Yakuza than we were with Undertale, right?
Well, Undertale is like brand new playthrough, and I kind of want to. What I want to do is I want Bard to actually. What I wanted Bard to do was I wanted Bard to actually play the game, and then Bard would continue playing it. But maybe we should actually have him play it just on my channel. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, make it simple, and that way, like, you know, be kind of interesting though. You haven't really played on my channel before.
I haven't. No. Yeah.
We also haven't gone back to Danganronpa. And it's been almost a year.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
We haven't even finished the first game. It's going so slowly, honey. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sorry that we have so many games in our repertoire that we have not been like continuing. I'm determined to finish Yakuza though. I'm determined. Only because dumb things happen to good people. But anyways, I think I'm gonna try rating a certain Australian that's playing a peak game. And I hope everyone has a good day, a good morning, or a good afternoon. Thank you everyone for joining us today. I'm sorry that's a short stream. But tomorrow I'll make it a longer. But anyways, I hope everyone has a good day, good morning, or good afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye.